Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you guys are all having a good Wednesday. I just wanted to dip in and do a quick show. This wasn't planned. This was very, very, very last minute. So if everybody can't attend, I'm okay with that. I did not plan this show in advance. I just created the show half an hour ago. So to those who are chilling with me, I just wanted to address the experiment that I did today to prove to these bitter black women that hate me so bad that you guys ain't shit. So there's a meme that's been floating around where this black guy who him and his girl, they do a lot of TikTok videos that are dumb as hell, and they do it for attention. One of the TikTok videos that I did post on this couple was him allowing his girl to slap the hell out of him and punch him and beat his ass. Basically abuse him, and they thought that was funny. Everybody laughed and ha 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 ha, and I posted it saying it wasn't funny. I don't think we should ever mock a woman abusing a man and laugh at it, because if it had been reversed, they would want him in jail, correct? So this same black man took a picture wearing a bonnet or whatever you call them things on his hair, and he had a shirt on, but it was raised halfway, and he had 3 oatmeal pies on his stomach. And he said, "Ladies, y'all stomach be looking like this." When I saw that meme, I did get offended by it because I work with women who just gave birth. Some of them were tiny, tiny, tiny. And then when they popped out that 10-pound baby, it did that to their stomach where they had severe stretch marks and a lot of loose skin. So a woman like her or a woman like that I've worked with, they will take offense to that meme because it would make them feel insecure, right? I don't think a black man should make fun of the fact that a woman gave birth to a child and it did that to their stomach. They couldn't help that, right? Everybody thinks that when women pop out a baby, they should go back to having abs like Tiana Taylor. Those are called unrealistic expectations because you're not Tiana Taylor. A lot of these women can't afford to have the best of the best of the best, right? So I stood up for women by saying any man or any person that makes fun of a woman that pushed out a baby and it did that to their stomach, you're a coward. I wanted to say bitch, but I couldn't say that, right? And instead of a lot of women agreeing, I had women that were attacking me, women that disagreed. So I asked myself, wow. So I actually got women that are mad at me for standing up for them. Make it make motherfucking sense. One minute y'all saying I hate women, then when I stand up for women, y'all attack me. It's damned if I do, damned if I don't. So this one of the women that I actually went back and hit her with I didn't say I figured you'd say that, but I did hurt her feelings because she blocked me. But she went on the post and said that meme triggered me because my belly looks like that. That's what this black woman said to me, right? So when I did my research, this woman has 3 kids, 3 bastards, and there's no man in sight on her page. So I told her, I don't have any kids. This didn't affect me personally, but it did affect some of the women that are mothers. It affected them, and I'm speaking for them, right? But I said, I noticed that you have kids, and there's no man in sight like your edges. I hit her back with one. I destroyed her. That's what I said to her. These women you might not have no stretch marks, but you ain't got no baby daddy and you ain't got no edges either. So you shouldn't be speaking. These women get so mad at me standing up for them that they still want to attack me, and then they get clowned in the end. Yeah, I clowned her ass and I don't feel bad. Stop coming for me. I stay in my own lane. I'm over here talking about these women who are nearly dying to pop out a baby, and these men are making fun of their stomach. We have to do better. I'm going to hold men accountable too, because we all came from a woman. We all did. And we know half of these men that have a problem with that, their mothers got that stomach. Their grandmothers got that stomach. So let's not go there. Let's not go there. We know a lot of these women can't help the fact that they got stretch marks. I've seen it. And it's very hard for them. So when they see memes like that, it ain't funny to them. And we got black men doing it. Because if a black woman made a joke about a man's hairline, I'm going to come at her ass too, the same way. Same energy. But I just find it funny how when I defend women, they still attack me. Somebody explain to me why. Why? What do you want? These women, you cannot help these evil, bitter black women. They are evil. They're hateful. You can't do nothing to please them. And I deal with a lot of women who want to kill themselves because they're not happy with their stomach, but they don't have the money it takes to fix it because it's called cosmetic surgery. It ain't like getting your breast reduced to a different size. Your breasts are too big and it's putting pain on your back. That right there can be covered under insurance. But if you're trying to eliminate loose skin and tuck it up, they're not gonna let you do that. That's cosmetic. You got to pay for that. So a lot of these women are already suffering with depression, and now they got to deal with men laughing at them. And what made me mad was a lot of black men that I had to block because I don't want to lose my page. I just got out of Facebook jail and I can go right back in there. I've already been on 2 bans and we're only in May. So I have to walk on thin ice. So a lot of men said, well, that's her fault. She chose to have that baby. See? So I had to hold their dumbasses accountable too. Because if a woman is married, it's a choice that a husband and wife make together. Not everybody that has kids is single. People do get married. People are in long-term committed relationships. Yes, women, if they decide to have a baby with a man, yes. But that doesn't mean make fun of her after having the baby. Where they do that at? What kind of man with a brain that came from a woman, got his name from a woman, got his game from a woman, would actually sit on social media and make fun of the next woman that popped out a baby? Imagine your kids seeing that when they grow up. So you made fun of my mother for popping me out and ruining her stomach. So I'm the cause. I did this. Do we don't understand how that affects a child too, right? So I just thought it was really sad. I had to come for like 4 women already. 4 women. Oh, she doesn't mean this. As if I don't care about women. I actually do. And I only did this show because the woman that blocked me, I was hoping she would come on here and say why she felt the need to talk about another woman. It's okay if you don't have stretch marks on your stomach, you're blessed. Thank God for that. Because the average woman's going to have at least 1 or 2 of them on her stomach. And everybody doesn't have millions to fix it. So if you think you're going to get you a a Taylor snapback, that doesn't happen to every woman. Genetics play a big part of that. Her mom is built the same way. So usually it's about the same. What I'm saying is any man that makes fun of a woman that popped out a baby and her stomach doesn't look, perfect, I think you're a coward ass bitch. And I mean that. These women are nearly dying, going through the worst pain in their life to bring life into the world, and you're making fun of it. A lot of y'all men got that stomach, and y'all can't even have kids. So make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. And to those women who think I don't care, I actually do care. Like I said, I mentor women who go through this every day, who are insecure, who want to kill themselves because they're not happy with their body. Elijah, you're on. What's up?
All I keep on thinking is y'all want everything both ways. Y'all can't sit there and say, I want a baby to keep a man, but at the same time, I want to snap my body back 2 months after you have the baby and not do any work. What y'all don't get is these women, just like you said, have what, $250,000 to get their body fixed. They have the best trainers, they have everything. And you're seeing the finished product on television. On television. You don't get that these women have to go through what, $250,000 of surgery, almost die, like you always say, and then they come back looking like anything. And a lot of these women are in their early 20s when they do this. When your mom had you, she was probably what, 40, 30 something, 35, 36, 37, and
Not
then
my
you
mom.
push out
My mom actually, not my mom. My mom was younger. She actually died at 39, so she had already had us. Yeah.
oh
But
man.
my mom was in her 20s. My mom was in her
Your
20s. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
your mom was in her 20s when she had you. Now, you're the baby of the family, so you pretty much know that those stretch marks were already there. You can't sit there and have like 9, 10, 2 or 3 or 4 kids, and 12 months later come back looking like damn near Tiana Taylor. Watch. Right after Rihanna has that baby, she's not going to look the same. The reason why they look the same as they did at that before those pictures were taken, makeup, surgery, everything else. And let me tell you something, your body is not going to function the same way after surgery that it did before you had the kids. I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. I have cerebral palsy. And do you realize how many times I've had to have surgery just to stay alive because of all the orthopedic work that I had to go through? Literally 7 times. And you weren't born in the 80s, I could already tell.
Who?
I was born in this you were born in
Yes,
the
I was.
90s?
No, I'm an 80s baby. You must not have been following me that long. Come on now. I'm an 80s baby all day.
So you were born in when, 84?
85.
Oh, you were born when I had my third surgery. Third or fourth. Do you realize all the stuff that we had to go through, and surgeries were different then than they are now. See, now you can come out of surgery and you can literally go through all of the stuff that people used to go through back in those days. But
So
see now,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this because I want to kind of stay on the topic. How do you feel about a man that makes fun of a woman who gave birth and has that stomach that's full with stretch marks? How do you feel about that? What do you say about that man?
they are full of crap. Literally full of crap. Now, if she's the woman that had your baby, that's one thing. You can't sit there and say that to the woman that pushed out one of your seeds and sit there and say, "Hmm, you don't look right." But if you sat there and had babies with Tyrone and Ricky and Dodo and Michael and everything else, click, we can make fun of you because you still sitting out there trying to dress like you did before you had the baby.
Okay, hold on, hold
And
on, hold on. Pause, 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 pause. You threw me for a doozy. Okay, so you're saying that if a woman had his child, he has no right to make fun of her. But if this is a random woman who had kids with multiple men, we can make fun of her. I disagree, man. I don't
because
think we should ever make fun of a woman for giving life. Let's stick to the topic. It'd be different if a woman came to you and said, Eliza, you ain't shit. You have cerebral palsy. Ha 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 ha. And then you call her a fat ass bitch. Cupcake eat bitch. Then I get that. But these are women that don't even bother you. And these men create these memes to bash them. I'm not okay with that. I don't care if they had 50 pookies. She
that
gave
that's
birth, right?
that's true.
That's a
That's true.
woman who gave life like our mom. And half of their moms got that same stomach. How many mothers you see where they got a six pack right now?
Nobody.
They all got that church wig and that church weight. All I'm saying is that these are the same men who have mothers or sisters who are big with stretch marks. All I'm saying is keep the same energy. We have no right to make fun of any woman that gave life. To me, now unless she said like that's why your mama's dead, oh I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in. But she
and they have
started that.
actually told me that. That's why your mama dead. I'm like, oh
Okay, so
hell
I get
no.
what you're saying, but the way you said it was if they had Pookie and Tyrone, they deserve it. No, no woman deserves it unless they come for you individually. I get it. You feel me?
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Okay. But go ahead. I'm sorry. You can finish, sir.
They sitting up there saying, "Oh, that's why your mama dead. That's why you crippled now." I almost went off in school, and I got into trouble plenty of times. You supposed to ignore him. Oh no, this dude made fun of my mama. I'm about to kick your ass. I'm about to put my foot. I'm about to put my hand on this electric wheelchair stick, and I'm gonna run your ass over.
You crazy.
Hell no. They sitting up there calling me, "Oh, you dumb, because you got held back a year." No, I got held back a year because when you go through special ed to mainstream school, they automatically hold you back. And that's not my fault. That's not my fault. You come at me, I'm coming at your ass hard.
So okay,
Hard.
let's stop you there. So at that point, I would understand you telling a woman, "Okay, you big cupcake eating bitch. Okay, let's go at it." What I'm saying is, these are women
Not
well,
cupcake
whatever you
eating.
want to call them. These are women that did not say anything to you, and I just want to make sure that you're not telling people that it's okay to make fun of a woman that gave birth because she gave birth to a bunch of pookies. I don't care if she gave birth to 50 pookies, unless she's insulting me or men in general. I'm not gonna come for this woman.
I'm
But
not gonna come at you unless you come to me first. I'm not
okay,
coming at you unless you come to me first.
okay. So before you finish, let me give somebody else a chance because I didn't want to be on this show that long. So I want we need justice. You're next, and then I will get to you, Miss Lori. We need justice. Talk to me, boo.
You make me want to throw up both my hands and holler.
Go ahead and do it.
When I
I
when
want to
I
hear. No,
saw
no, no.
that
You just said make you want to do it. You got to do it
when
now.
I might when I saw that post, I was like, what am I looking at? I'm like, yeah, I think I was like, are those oatmeal cookies? I was like, and then when I got to the end of it, I said, oh my God, no, she did it. Like she just got out of strike jail. Like for real. I was like, oh my God. But to to the young man that's talking about cerebral palsy and just anything, I agree with you on this. It's not it's not fair game to make fun of anybody. I before they took PE out of school, girls used to have to change in the locker room. And I saw so many girls in the locker room with stretch marks that had never bore a child, ever bore a child. Okay. So you can have stretch marks and not ever have a baby. I've seen men with stretch marks, in different areas of their body. And I think that if a man is the father of the child with this woman, there's so many things that can be done during pregnancy, types of oils and butters and stuff that can be put on a woman's stomach. That could have been his obligation to her to, pamper her stomach and maybe, help even reduce or even after that, they have, I think it's Derma blend or something like that, what helps reduce scars. So, I mean, there's so many things that people can do, but at the end of the day, is that if you end up with stretch marks as a result of birth, it doesn't make you fair game for somebody to talk about you about that because I don't believe that in any situation that I have encountered people with handicaps, or I don't know if you want to call it a handicap, but whatever it is, a birth defect, whatever it is, that's not fair game. That's something that
Disability.
cannot be helped. There's something that cannot be helped. And so I would not want someone to make fun of this young man just on the general principle of, hey, he's, he's not like me or he's not like that. So I can go in on him. And if you come, like you say, you come for me, I come back for you. Okay. So we've got, I remember in school, I would not play the dozen. And that's what we used to call it during my day is playing the dozens. You don't
Nuh-uh.
talk about my mama, you don't talk about this, I don't talk about that. These were things were just off the table. And like we
Uh-uh.
don't
Oh,
play the dozens because if you do, it turns into something that it wasn't intended to be. I just
oh
think that
no.
hmm,
Sweetheart.
Hold on, Elijah. Before you speak, hold on 1 second. I just want to address somebody in the chat. So the show is about the post that I made in regards to a man who did a meme, basically making fun of women who have oatmeal pie looking stomachs. I want to clarify. I know a lot of you guys in the comments said, "Well, I'm slim and I have stretch marks." We're not talking about the little baby stretch marks, little line here, a line there. Oatmeal pie stomachs are the ones where women might have been real small. They popped out a 10-pound baby and they have all that loose skin and it's a bunch of stretch marks all grouped together. And it really does look like an oatmeal pie. Not to insult, but it is
hmm,
similar to that look. I'm not talking about women that have a few stretch marks. I'm talking about the ones who have it really, really bad. And I even used the picture. So if you guys are not familiar with what I'm talking about, please go to the community chat, look at my post before you come on here so you can know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you slim girls that are real slim with baby stretch marks. I'm talking about the ones that women get from giving birth. We know what that meme means. Let's not be dumb here, guys. He had 3 oatmeal pies on his stomach. We know what that means. He ain't talking about the slim chicks with a couple of little tiger stripes. That's what they call them. We talking about the intense looking stretch marks. Just so we're on the same page. Okay, Elijah, go ahead, hon.
See, once I got to middle school and mainstream school, they did not care. And when I got to I was in my fifth grade class and we were all having lunch. And everybody wanted to sit there and play the dozens. This kid looked at me and said, "That's why your mama's dead." My teacher, his teacher, the whole lunchroom shut up, and they let me cuss this kid out. See, I don't know what it was like when we need justice was young, cause I don't know what decade you come from. Are you a
We
'70s
need
baby?
justice
Or
is about she's about 19 years old.
oh oh
I'm just playing. She's not.
oh, they
We need
see
justice.
when
She's very mature, and yeah, she's probably
oh God.
she knows. She knows what you're talking about. I promise you, she's not a
the
youngin.
the hell. See, in 1989, when I was in fifth grade, they literally let me cuss this kid out. And after I got through with him, he was about to cry. See, I can't help what I am, but a lot of these women are sitting up there. A lot of them bring it on themselves because they know they're gonna get sweat charge from literally eating damn near 2 or 3 doggy bags worth of food every day. Now I know you're gonna get stretch marks from get giving birth. That's not what I'm talking about. But you literally eat what 2 or 3 doggy bags worth of food. What you need is a salad,
Are you
and
saying
that's how they
women
got
that
the stretch
bullied
marks.
you? Because I mean, I get why you would respond to a woman with stretch marks who bullied you, but this topic is about men who are bullying women who gave birth and have that kind of look on their stomach. So that's
Yeah,
why I said I kind of want to stick to the topic because people in the comments are like, he's losing us. So I
No,
yeah.
understand why you would
no, no, no,
respond
no.
to a woman who came at you that way. But we're talking about the meme that I posted where the man is making fun of a woman's stomach. That's what this topic is about. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, anybody who does that is kind of trash because they popped out a kid. That's not easy. When you do that, that is damn near putting your life at risk. What
And it
happens
doesn't
is
matter how
you
many
you
babies you've
almost
had.
you almost die. You almost die pushing out a baby. That's one thing. But a lot of these men are sitting up in there thinking you're supposed to stay that way after you have a. You're supposed to get back to that after you have a kid.
Mhm. I agree. What were you?
And
We need justice. Hold on, Elijah. We need justice.
Just
Would you say,
just
hun?
overall is that it's a partnership. They partner to have the baby, then they can also partner to help them get to, however much of what they used to be before the baby. So it's bombs, it's butters, it's all kinds of things that can be done. And if they are that concerned about it, then invest in her and pamper her, help her get her body. I mean, her body is important to her, and giving birth to your child is important. And so at the end of the day, is you partner with that woman and during the pregnancy, after the pregnancy, to help her, get to wherever she needs to be or wants to be. It's her, obviously up to her. You can't make somebody do that, but if you show them, and there's a YouTuber out here that recently had twins, and her husband basically has been supportive of her to help her and encourage her and to motivate her to do and put in the effort to get her body back.
Right.
I think he even bought her a Peloton bike, all kinds of stuff. I never had heard him on YouTube bashing her or saying bad things about her or whatever. He just would show her how much he appreciated her and, make it possible for her, especially during the pandemic, to be able to work out at home and everything. So I think that we get away from respect. We don't respect each other,
Right.
and that plays into it. And then we had a whole 2 or 3 decades of people not respecting each other, and then that rolls up into the children, and then the children become disrespectful. They grow up and be adults, and they become disrespectful. So you have to have boundaries.
Ignorant. Right.
And if you tell somebody, hey, don't go there with me, and they go there, then okay, that's a different thing. But if you're just gonna be tit for tat, going back and forth with somebody, that's kind of immature and it's disrespectful. So for me, I say that if you are that concerned about her stomach, then do something about it. Help her work on her stomach, get whatever you can, because there's things over the counter that you can get. Derma blend, scar, removal and reduction, and cocoa butter and shea butter, all those kinds of things, oils and things that just help, revive that area and reduce those scars. And I just, yeah, so for me, it's not something that's acceptable, period. And so it doesn't matter how the scars got there, even if it's about childbirth. But there are women that have stretch marks because of their weight or whatever. And if that's something that is an issue for a man, then keep it moving. If it's an issue for a woman, keep it moving. Don't get with somebody and then want to bash them, and body shame them.
I
So
agree. I know Miss Lori has been sitting patiently, not saying a word. I want to give her a chance. Miss Lori, are you there, honey? Can you hear me? Lori, can you
I'm
hear
here.
us?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Lori. I wanted to give you the floor because you've been very patient. Thank you for not interrupting, Queen. Go ahead.
Oh no, no problem. How you doing, Miss Daphne?
I'm good.
Good. I haven't talked to you in a while, so I just thought I'd say something, but and I'm not. I guess I'm kind of bragging because I am. I tell you what, I'm lucky because my husband is wonderful when it comes to that. Because I'm the opposite. I have porcelain skin. I'm very pale, and when I had my daughter, it was an emergency C-section, and so they weren't pretty when it came to cutting me open because they had to just get her out. And also my hips, because I had gained a little weight, actually more weight after my pregnancy, but that's beside the point. It's those deep stretch marks on my hips, and they look purple, and so does my scar. And like purple, like and he instead of like when I still do get self-conscious, because even if I were to work out my stomach, I'll always have that deep scar as well. When I had the C-section, and they say even when you do sit-ups and lose the weight, you always have the C-section pouch. And he found me more sexy because of what I had to go through after having our daughter, and just just found me more sexy, because he knew that I had given birth, like I said, to our beautiful. She's gonna be 11 years old on June 8th, and you know, um, it should be more like that. End of story.
I agree, and I want to
And
say thank you for. Oh, go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
no, 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 that's all I was saying. It should be more like that because that's just, especially a man doing that, and it's just, and I remember that in high school too, because I still had I was bigger and I lost weight, and I still had some of those stretch marks pretty deep on my hips. I always have, and they just got a little bit worse, like I said, when I was pregnant with my daughter. And
Right.
but yeah, it's not right. It's
It's
disgusting,
not.
and
Well, I can honestly say you have a great man in your life who actually
mhm,
cared. But
mhm,
this is for these immature kids who probably thought it was okay to make fun of women like that when it's really not okay. We have to do better. And if
yeah,
you have kids yourself, there are women who don't get stress marks at all. That's great for you. Whoop de fucking do. What I'm
mhm,
saying is you got lucky. But for women to make fun of other women because they don't have stress marks and that woman does,
yeah,
it's sad. And honestly, if you got kids and the dad ain't around, but you're happy that you don't have stretch marks, that's how backwards we are. You're more happy about not having stretch marks instead of having a man in the household. I would rather have
mhm,
stretch marks and have my man in the household than not have him and be a single fucking mother to three
yep,
kids. So that woman who thought she was eating when she came at me, she has three bastard babies. They look like they have different daddies. And she
mhm.
was happy about not having no stretch marks, but she wasn't unhappy about being a single mother with no edges. You can't have all these issues and be happy about having stretch marks.
Yeah, and my mom, I love her to death. But like even after, like, because she saw how like prominent it was, not she hadn't like seen me undressed until after I had my daughter, and I was getting changed or something, and she wasn't she didn't mean anything by it. God bless her, I love her, but she was shocked because she tans, and like I said, I have very porcelain skin, so she was shocked.
Well, I want to say thank
And
you for sharing that with us.
yeah,
Hold on, because I want to keep it moving. I'm not going to be on.
yeah. Oh, no, 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 no.
Miss
I
Lori, I
understand.
tell you, I appreciate you coming on. Did you can
Mhm.
still hang back because I want to let you get some last words in. But we have
Okay.
a man that said he loves stretch marks. He said he'll
Mhm.
lick them. That delivery guy is back, you guys. One of my favorites. You there, sir? There he is, and he look. He want to make sure you see him on video. How you doing, that delivery guy? How you doing? Hold on, he might have Boost Mobile. Everybody, hold on 1 second. Can you hear me, sir? That delivery guy, you have to unmute yourself.
Oh, he's putting his thing in.
Okay, I know we're all watching him in the video. Y'all see him? He
Mhm.
forgot. Look, he like, hold on, I'm gonna let y'all see me get prepared for this. We're just waiting on you, sir. It won't let me unmute him either because he muted himself. Okay, so we'll give him a second. But guys, to those who are just tuning in, like I said, I'm gonna make it quick. But I just wanted to address the men who make fun of women who have their the kind of stomach that you could tell they gave birth to a child, and there's a lot of stretch marks on their stomach. I even followed up with a picture that was similar to the meme that he did. And I just wanted to say, as a woman, I don't think that's cool for our men to do that, because especially if you have kids, some men might think it's okay to do it because maybe their girl didn't get any stress marks, but you're still hurting the next woman. What are we teaching our kids? What if you have a daughter and she goes through that? Like I said, nobody is perfect and nobody has the perfect body. You might not have any stress marks, but we all have flaws. Ain't none of y'all women out there perfect. So if you're going to comfort someone and say that, well, I don't have any stretch marks, you should not be glorifying not having that and not having a dad around for those 3 kids. That's that,
That's
that, that
true.
we're backwards here. We're going backwards here. We have to do better with our women, because that's why they go see Dr. Miami. That's why these women die and get these basement surgeries, because of memes like that. The women that I'm dealing with, they were just 2 jokes away from taking their own lives, because that's how insecure they were with their bodies after giving birth. Depression is real, you guys. It
Oof.
is real. So if these little young girls who are having kids, when they see this stuff, they don't know how to handle this type of stuff. So that's why we have to be careful what we post, because a lot of these kids are taking their own lives because of dumbass memes like that. What if they didn't give birth, but these kids have stretch marks, and these boys think it's okay to bully these girls in school, and then they take their own lives? It won't be funny anymore when it's your kid, right? So that's why we have to nip this kind of shit in the butt and teach our young boys that this is not okay to make fun of a woman at any capacity. Now, it's different if she comes for you, then we can't tell anybody what to do with how they react. But in this capacity, we shouldn't bully people because they have stretch marks, whether it's giving birth or they lost a lot of weight. They're doing something, right? So, delivery guy, can you hear me now? Can you speak?
Yeah, can you hear me? I
There
don't
we
know what
go.
my audio
Finally,
gonna sound
yes.
like.
We can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. I think that's that young boy shit. I'm almost 50 years old and I give a damn about a stretch mark. I lick the head out of some stretch marks. That's just me. Cause I mean, it's life. Whether it's a stretch mark, whether it's a stab wound, a bullet wound, it don't matter what it is. It's the skin. So I mean, like I said, I think it's that young boy shit, and you'll grow out of that. Hopefully, they'll grow out of it, but you never know. Um, you know, my girl, her breasts ain't perfect no more. They kind of sag down a little bit. It don't mean I love her no less. I'm still gonna suck them.
Okay, I don't want
So,
give me no
it don't
strikes now.
matter.
You're gonna give me a
Huh?
strike for pornography. Watch. I still fuck them. Strike one. You two can't
I
wait to
mean,
get me.
I'm gonna accept my girl for who she is, her flaws, physical, mental, whatever, and we're gonna work on it. And if she don't want to work on it, so what? I'm still gonna be with you. And if a dude wanna leave a woman or miss a woman because she got stretch marks, that's his loss.
Mm. Speak on it. He preaching to, and I
That's his
hope these
loss.
young
Cause
men are listening. Go ahead,
that's so
sir.
superficial. That's so superficial. That don't have nothing to do with her mind. That don't have nothing to do with how she treats you. And if you allow that to be a reason for you to leave her or to make fun of her, then that shows how small you are. And you need to grow the hell up.
And just like what Miss Daphne said about I have an 11. My daughter's gonna be 11 years old, and she sees that my husband still loves me no matter what, and that he loves my body, and she sees that,
Let me ask you
and
this, Lori.
I love
You,
that.
you said your daughter is turning 11 on June 8th.
Yep.
Okay. Now, if she witnessed your husband making fun of your stomach,
Hmm.
how do you think that would make your daughter feel?
Oh, awful. That's why I said I love that she doesn't see that, and that she has seen how much he loves me, and appreciates my body still, and calls me beautiful even when I'm not wearing makeup or whatever.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
You're
And
very
she has seen that her whole life, and she will continue to. I
that's
had
good for her.
lost weight, and my husband was like, "Hey, where'd that booty go? It's not, you know." He's like, I like it when it, you know,
He
you
told you
know,
I need you to eat some more now. Now you taking away the cushion. He said he want that cushion. You got a good man. You
yeah,
got a
I do.
good man.
I do.
And
And he was kidding. He was kidding, but
oh no,
still.
no, no. I girl know what you're saying. And I wanted to address Catherine. She said the guy looked way too old. Yeah. So the guy who made the meme, him and his girlfriend, they do a lot of videos on TikTok where they're hurting each other. The one that I posted was her like slapping him and punching him and choking him. I'm tired of you and just assaulting him. That was looked at as, oh, this is really cool. Y'all going too deep. Is they're just having fun. But if it was a video in reverse and he was whooping the hell out of her and it was just for fun, we wouldn't take that as a joke, right? So we got to stop this bullshit that y'all keep doing because our kids are affected. Like I said, it hurts me when men do it because y'all know that a lot of these women can't help it. And if they're dying, nearly dying to have your kid, you got to stop thinking they're going to look like Beyonce when they give birth or look like these high class celebrities who can pay to be nipped and tucked right after birth.
And some
Ladies,
of
if
them
you're
get.
listening to this, you're beautiful. Like I said, if you are ashamed of your stretch marks, you will find a man like that delivery guy who said he'll lick each mark. Bullet wounds, stab wounds, wound wounds. He said he will lick it. So you got
Mhm.
men that are mature like that delivery guy who won't look at your flaws because they know they have flaws too. So
Yeah, because
women, you don't have to.
Exactly. Listen, I got stretch marks. Shit, I
mhm.
was over 300 pounds. I lost a lot of weight, and I got damn stretch marks. So she can lick my stretch marks too.
Mhm. Well,
See,
I
Let
get
go.
self conscious about my C-section scar because, you know, like I said, that is something that you can't, even if you do sit ups and you do lose weight,
it doesn't go
that's
away. And
right. You have to get
so,
a tummy tuck,
and
and
on top of it,
I can't
the
afford that. My
and
husband loves it though.
and
So,
people need to realize that too because they think if you do 100 sit-ups a day or
hmm
a minute you can get rid of that scar and you can't. Like I said, my
no.
brother's wife just had her third c-section and she almost died giving birth to my nephew, my brother's
So
only
yeah, I
son.
almost passed. Yeah, because I had an
So
emergency
my
C-section as
mother
well.
almost died having me. I was an
Hmm.
emergency C-section. I was supposed to die.
Yeah.
And I was the first person to get my mom cut open. And I thank
Hmm.
God she didn't let me die. So I will always give credit to these women who are nearly dying to give birth to kids. I'm not going to let these men insult your stomach when you could not help that. Now, if
Hmm.
you on Facebook saying all men need to die and you look like that, I'm going to come for you. It's called accountability. I'm going to hold you accountable. But these are
Hmm.
women who are just minding their own business and they have their own insecurities and they see a meme like that and it just breaks their heart that I just almost died giving birth and these men are viewing us calling us oatmeal pie stomachs. It's not right. It ain't right, guys. It's an immature thing, like that delivery guy said. A grown man, a mature man, he ain't gonna laugh at that. He's gonna embrace it and lick the hell out of those marks. Those are your tiger stripes, is what they call them. You earn that, right? So all I'm saying is, if there's a man out here right now that's doing that, please stop doing that. Especially if you know your mama got him too. There's
Yep.
no excuse. Every woman has some type of stretch mark. Ain't none of us. Even Tiana Taylor has them. They're just really, really tiny and you can't see them. Even people with abs still have a couple stretch marks. I've seen it. Nobody's body is perfect, but makeup and money can make it look like that on social media. So stop following these people on Instagram thinking that life is good. Because when they log out, they can breathe again. Their stomach, their buttons, they pop out because they were sucking it in all day. All that to make you guys think that that's what it really is when it's not. So I'm just saying, ladies, you're beautiful. I work with women that were ready to kill themselves over this. So I felt like this was relevant to me posting it. I did not think that women would attack me for standing up for them. And to those women who don't have it, good for you. That don't mean bring down the next woman that does. You just got lucky.
They don't
Because
got it yet.
the doctor said, the CDC said 8 out of 10 women get stretch marks having, kids or losing weight. 8 out of 10. That's 80%. So you're just the 20% that didn't get the shit. Good for you. What the fucking do? I'm just saying, don't make fun of the next woman who has it. Because I'm sure somebody in your family has it. And if you don't want to be honest about it, I'll post your family member and show you to remind you. Don't play with me. All I'm saying is, women, you are beautiful. Stretch marks or not. If you're living your best life and you're not out there judging people, you don't deserve to be judged either. Period. Hold on. There's somebody else that might want to get on. Hold on. I had to check. Okay, nope, they're gone. Okay, so that delivery guy, you already said that you embrace him. So do you want to speak on behalf of yourself, man, to these men who think it's funny, who think that it's just an innocent joke? Can you go ahead and speak your few words while we wrap up?
Yeah, I think that they making these jokes. They ain't concerned about what nobody thinking. All they're concerned about is getting likes, shares, and all this stuff, and and they clout chasing. That's what that's for. They ain't taking nobody's um uh emotional well-being into consideration. And if that's what you do you. But the more people that like it and comment on it, just I mean, you see that stuff, skip over it. Unless you want to make a comment and tell them about themselves, skip over it. That's just me. You
I
know, I,
agree. I agree with the skipping because even viewing sometimes negative stuff will get just the views will get them
yeah, yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes negative comments helps them out too. So
Mhm.
just try to ignore it. And if you out there doing that shit, please stop. Please stop.
Thank you, that delivery guy. And before the next person speaks, I want to say, when people tell me, "Well, why do you repost it?" I want you guys to know that when someone posts something online, it's already online. Y'all act like if my one post is going to affect it, it's already went viral. It's already been out there in the atmosphere. Sometimes you have to repost it and add your words to it because you never know who's watching your page. You never know whose lives you're about
Oh,
to.
who was the girl that was criticizing you for that? Your
Hold on.
stalker?
Hold on. No, no, this was a whole different person. What I'm
No.
saying is, I have young women that also follow me on social media,
Oh,
and I
okay.
don't want them to see me in the light where I would allow a man to do that to them. The same way I call people out in these groups, y'all don't ever say, "Well, why do you post it? Why are you posting it? Why are you bringing it back up?" Y'all never say shit to me when I figured you'd say that to these women. So I need y'all to keep the same energy when I do it. When I'm holding a man accountable, don't sit there and
Mhm.
ask me why I reposted it because you never asked me that when I post the other bullshit, right? I want y'all to know that I'm equal. I'm gonna treat women and men the same way. It is not okay. And we never know who's watching and who's listening. Why do you think these girls think they want to be grown and get breast implants now? Today I was gonna post something that was so disheartening, but I felt like I had to do this first because the two women that I do work with that did give birth that had really good bodies and now they're damaged because of the baby, they blame themselves. They don't even want to go outside. They don't even want to eat. They don't even want to live. So you never
Mhm.
know what somebody else's struggle is. Stop
Yeah,
fucking talking about people. They did
that's
that to
right.
Chadwick. Oh, he looks sick. Oh, I wouldn't date him. He's skinny. Look like a crackhead. Then y'all find out he has
Oh,
cancer, and all you women are crying. I don't want to hear that shit. Stop coming for people. You never know their struggle. That's all I'm
yeah,
saying.
that was awful. But I
That's
agree with
all I'm.
Chadwick.
That's all
With
I'm saying.
Chadwick. Oh, oof.
Miss Lori, go ahead and wrap up, hun.
I was just say with Chadwick. Yeah, that was crazy. That it was so sad to lose him, and then to see the negative comments about that. But no, what I was just gonna say was, like even my mom kind of, like I said, she hadn't seen me naked in a while, and I was undressing after I had my daughter, and she knows I have. She tans though, and when she was a lot skinnier and younger when she had me and my brother, and even she accidentally, I God bless her, I love her, but she has a habit of like splurting it out, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong with what's up? What's on your hips?" And I'm like, stretch marks. And she's like, "Oh, honey, I'm sorry, I just didn't know they were that bad." And I was like, "Well, mom, I've always had them." She goes, "I know, but oh my goodness, like, after Anara, huh, they got worse." And, I was a little self-conscious about it. And, you know, I, I can't remember the last time I ever really noticed my stretch marks. It's more my C-section because of the way my husband is so good to me and tells me how beautiful I look,
Hmm.
and it should be that way. And, like, yeah, that's all I have
Thank
to
you, Lord. Well,
say.
Lord, thank you, hon. And just know that you're beautiful. Like I said, you have an 11-year-old daughter that you gave birth to, and you see her every day. And I know you're like, it was worth it. The scar.
Yeah,
And I wish women
absolutely.
didn't have to go through such dramatic, surgeries like that. But I commend you. Like I said, my brother's wife had 3 C-sections, and she almost died with the third one. So I hold
Wow.
this dear. I hold this really dear. And my brother loves every mark she has because she had his kids. They're married. He loves her. You don't get a lot of women that go through that where they have a supportive spouse. And that's why we got to hold these young knuckleheads accountable when they make jokes like this because it ain't funny. Dying ain't funny. Seeing somebody
Mhm.
bleed out, that ain't funny. Maybe when you see it, maybe you'll take it serious. But having a woman get cut like that on her bikini line, that ain't funny. I couldn't imagine. I would be, man, I watch too many movies. So I'm thinking everybody's trying to kill me. So it's a scary feeling. And I know what you went through because I saw it with my brother's wife and it was terrifying.
Yeah,
So Lori,
I had
thank
to
you.
have a blood transfusion after, and I
She
was
did
in.
too. Same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
ICU. Same thing. So, and she just went through this like what 5 weeks ago. So,
Wow.
same thing. We were all scared. We were all
Yeah.
scared. So,
Wow.
Lori, you're here today. We're glad to have you,
Thank
um,
you.
and I'm here for you, girl. Anytime you want to talk, you know how to reach me. Okay.
Thank you, Miss Daphne. I appreciate it so much. I
Okay.
really do.
You're welcome, honey. Elijah, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, go ahead. What do you got to say? First, you can go ahead and address your bullies, and then go ahead and wrap it up.
Look, everybody's gonna get older, they're gonna change, and they're gonna go through stuff. Now, why are you gonna sit there and disrespect a woman who pushed a baby up out of her? Eventually, you will get old. Your body is not gonna be able to move just like it used to. And for those people who sat there and called me all kinds of gay, the F word, I don't know if I could say it on your channel, or a punk or a bitch just because I like music and I like computer games. I'm the one that went to college. You're the one that's sitting up in there damn near can't even read, and y'all want to call me stupid? All of y'all can kiss my ever loving cybernetically enhanced behind.
I think they heard you. Those were words from Elijah, and he said he don't play. He said if you keep messing with him, he will run you over, and he made that clear.
I
Elijah, man,
don't
I liked
care.
having you here today, man.
I will take my footrest off the wheelchair that doesn't work, and I will beat your ass with it.
So y'all hear, Elijah is not to be played with. Okay, Elijah, thank you so much for coming on today and making me laugh. And know that you are funny. You're a good person, and you didn't deserve any of that stupid stuff that those women were saying. You know you're gifted. Take that gift and keep using it. Okay.
All right.
Okay, Miss, we need justice. Talk to me, girl.
This has been interesting. The delivery guy, Elisha, Miss Lori, it's like all I could think of when he said, "I would take these pedals off my wheelchair and beat you up." I was like, "Okay, pump them up, then go right ahead on, walk with it." At the end of the day, I have seen people with impairments do damage to people with no impairments.
Mm-hmm.
So don't take him lightly on that because I've seen it in person.
I've seen it
So
too.
it's nothing to joke with. As always, great outlook on everything. And just for the most part, with all of, I just want to say everybody with children, please, love on your children, take care of them, and hear them out. We're having so many shootings that's the thing that's really hard to take is all these babies that aren't coming home again. So we've got Father's Day coming up, and so this is this is going to be really hard to face. So you guys take care and be safe.
Thank you, We Need Justice. And you know what? I'm glad you said that because I did want to say, to the victims of the shootings that have occurred in New York and in Texas, all of those families that were affected, I'm sorry what you're going through. I think we're all thoughts and prayed out because until they enforce laws, gun laws, it's going to keep happening, unfortunately. But the sad part was 17 kids were killed, and the two teachers that died too. I was told that they actually were trying to shield those kids, and they took majority of those bullets from that young man. And I won't say his name. I'm not going to give him any clout, but
Mm,
they did say this young man was bullied, called poor, called stinky, funky, ugly. So remember
mhm,
what you say to people. It could have been someone who was getting clowned for their stretch marks or clowned for being fat. These kids don't know how to handle jokes like we did when we were kids. Back in the day, they used to call me monkey. I was chased by cars with Confederate flags. I was, told that they're going to put a noose around my neck. I grew
mhm.
up in a very racist area and I had to fight for my life. So I know that's not funny. So you got to be careful who you're bullying because some people can't handle it where they can take a joke and then say, you know what? I'm just going to say one back. They're not saying one back. They're going home and loading up the closest gun they
Yeah,
have and they're shooting everybody. So you
yeah,
got to be careful. That's why we got to teach our kids to stop bullying people because a lot of people don't do well when it comes to bullying. They hold all that in and then they explode one day. So him not graduating was the icing on the cake to all that stuff those kids did to him. And instead of him going at those kids, he went to an elementary school and did it there. So this is why it's important to teach your kids now to stop bullying these kids and bullying people, period. People don't
yeah. He
handle it.
shot his grandmother. He shot his
He shot
grandmother
her
first.
exactly. He shot her first. So again,
Shot
this
her
was a
first, and
troubled
so
young
but the
man.
count is up to 21. It was 19 children and two teachers.
So,
Yeah,
and I hate to hear that it was more kids.
yeah,
Just know that this man, he went through a lot of bullying in his life, and he never got the help. Grandmother can't do it all. She's older. She can't do everything. So again, we have to be careful, and we have to teach our kids because it could be your kid that's getting shot for running his fucking mouth. calling somebody fat. Oh, I'm gonna go home and tell my brother. And then the brother comes up there and blows his head off. It happens every day. You got to be careful who you're talking to. A lot of people don't like to be bullied. They don't. So the only way to prevent that is teaching your kids how to stop talking about people. Because these kids these days, they will carry a gun. Out here in Chicago, a kid had a gun in his backpack and then went off and grazed a student. They were in elementary school. So I'm telling you, this shit is not a joke. It's not a joke. So when I do these shows, it's to not only enlighten you guys, but tell you guys this stuff is happening, whether you like it or not. We have to do better. Right, Renee, I didn't say the kids at the elementary school bullied him. I said he took it out on that school. Again, we don't know what bullies do. They do what they want. They do what I'm saying is what happened at high school was the result of what happened at the elementary school. This idiot left there and went there. So again, those kids didn't do anything to him. But when someone is bullied and they don't have the help and their mind is somewhere else, they do the dumbest shit like what he just did. Just like the young man in Buffalo, New York. If anybody saw that video, he started shooting the minute he got out the fucking car. So if you guys ever saw that video, I didn't want to see it. It was sent to me. I didn't know what it was until I pressed play. I had to see people get shot and then a woman gasping for her last breath and him shooting her in the head again. So again, people do things like this and it builds up. They're implosive. They will let everything build up into that one moment where they take it out on everybody. We all heard of these men or women who shot the whole family and the dog because they lost their job. It was that one thing that set everything off. But there was things that built up to that. Everybody knew this boy was weird. They all knew he had problems, but nobody got the help because they were poor. So again, we have to go back and analyze how this all could have happened. It could have been prevented if we treated people better, right? So all I'm saying, you guys, is we got to do better, whether it's, our kids or us talking about people online. Your kids, they follow and they mimic what you do. So if you're always talking shit and calling people names on social media, they're going to go to school and do it at school. They're following you. Just remember that. Kids are sponges. And if you don't know that by now, then you shouldn't be a parent. Period. They're sponges. So if you're talking shit online and calling people pick me and all that shit all day, what do you think your kid's going to do at school? The same thing. There's a video out there where an 8th grader, I think maybe she said 3rd grade, where the teacher said she asked the kid what she wants to do. And she said she wants to have a baby and put him on child support. How does a kid know that at 3rd grade? You don't think the parents probably brought that up or she heard it from somebody? Kids are sponges, you guys. It's not hard. If my mom bullies people, it's cool to do. So I'm going to do it until that one person just has a bad day and they take it out on everybody. So again, to those victims, to those parents who kids didn't come home, I pray for you. Because, it can't be a good feeling. I know what it's like to have somebody get shot and not make it. And I know what it's like to see somebody suffer after being shot. So again, it's dangerous out here everywhere. That's why it starts in the home. Everything starts in the home. How you treat your kid, what they watch is a reflection of you, nobody else. And if you can't be a good parent to your kid, don't throw them off to someone who's of age and can't watch everything they do. Let the foster care take them if you can't. Because sometimes one grandma can't do it all. They can't. They're older. Our grandmas are not 40 like Bernice, where they got a BBL and they look good. No, real grandmothers are in their 70s. They're old. So, guys, I'm just saying we got to do better. And that's why today, with me being, I got bullied today. I got bullied today for speaking up for women who get bullied for their bodies. Now, when I talk about obesity, that's not the same. If you are obese and you're wearing a size small shirt, what are we teaching our kids? That's not confidence. That's ignorance. So don't get that mixed up with me saying stretch marks. It's not the same. Because a lot of women try to go that way too. You just posted Lizzo and you said obesity. I sure did. I said obesity is not cool. I did say that. We can't be 400 pounds wearing a cropped shirts and our ass and titties are hanging out. What are we teaching our kids? That's not confidence. It's not. Wear clothes that fucking fit. There's nothing wrong with me saying that. There's nothing wrong with that. But women love to flip the script because they're mad that I'm actually speaking good about a woman. See what I'm saying? And please stop letting TikTok raise your kids. Please. Like I said, guys, we got to do better as a whole. We do. And know that I don't hate anybody. But what I don't like is seeing all this shit online. Most of your school shootings have to do with somebody being mad about something or being bullied. I'm tired of hearing the same the rhetoric that's going around. We got to do better. I was bullied when I was in grade school, very, very young. I was called a monkey. I was in a class with all white people. They called me monkey every day. I didn't shoot up a fucking school. Blacks got bullied a lot back then. I got pictures to prove it. Black women got bullied the most. I have pictures from the 60s where there's a black woman and all these white kids are behind her putting animal ears and shit on her, bullying her. And I never heard of anybody coming back and shooting up a school. So if you don't know how to talk to your kids about how to handle bullies, there's going to be more than just this shooting. There's a person right now thinking of his next step of what he's going to do to outdo this guy. It starts at home. It starts at home. Some of these kids have both their parents, and these parents are not watching because they don't give a fuck. Some of these shooters grew up in a two-person household. So again, if you're not watching and looking at what your kids are doing, if you're not noticing a shift in their behavior, then you're not a good fucking parent. Period. Do better. And Writing the Six, you said it takes a village to raise a child. They don't do that anymore. A village can't raise your child anymore. Nowadays, they say, don't say nothing to my child. I had that child. Don't say shit to my kid. Nowadays, the village can't even help. That's what we're living in. Back in the day, yeah, a whole neighborhood can raise your child, but not this day. They're not raising it because nobody even knew that this. Now the neighbors are saying, yeah, he was trouble, but nobody thought to help. So I don't want to hear shit that you got to say after the fact because those 19 little angels, they're no longer on this earth. One of them told her dad in the video, I know it's your birthday, and when I get home, I'm going to give you a present. Hopefully I can beat you home. Those were her last words. So imagine that dad, Father's Day, his birthday, and he won't have his baby there. So again, guys, we have to do better. We have to. That boy is lucky that they shot him and he didn't have no full body armor like the other dude that did the Buffalo shooting. He came prepared. But this one, he was ready to die and they took him out. But it still doesn't bring back those innocent victims, all 21 of them, who won't be able to kiss their families one last time, right? So we got to do better, guys. We got to do better. And not everybody that does this is bullied. I agree. But in his case, I saw the pictures of him. He did look dusty. He did look like he didn't have any money. So I believe that narrative that maybe he was bullied. I don't think the guy that did the Buffalo shooting was bullied. He had full body armor. He knew how to shoot a gun. He was ready for war. I'm just saying most of your shootings come from these kids being outcasts. I do believe that narrative. I worked in the schools and I've seen it. These kids don't know how to handle being called big ears or being called stinky boy. They don't know how to handle that anymore. So a lot of your school shootings do come from these young kids being bullied. Very, 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 very true. Because most of them are outcasts. They wear all black clothing. They stink. They don't shower. So what do we do naturally? Oh, you stink, funky. We had people like that in school. We all did, right? Y'all can't tell me y'all didn't have somebody in school that was the funky boy. Y'all used to call him stink. Here come to school, you spray Glade. Or put those little dollar Christmas trees you put in your car, put it on somebody's backpack. We all did that. Don't say that you weren't the person bullying either, because you was. Don't front. These kids just don't know how to handle it now.
I
Instead of,
didn't.
you didn't? You said you did not? You never
No,
once made fun of anybody in high school.
no,
Never.
no.
Wow, you're perfect.
I was the butt of stuff. So I knew what it felt like. So I didn't. I did not.
Wow.
So
Well, you're
yeah,
perfect.
but
Because I
no,
mean,
not about being perfect. It's just that I knew the pain and I knew the pain of it. And so for me, I didn't participate in it. I was more the defender, trying to take up for people. But yeah, check your email though. I sent you something.
okay, I will. So, guys, I just want to say thank you for tuning in today. It was a quick show because I thought it was funny how women were attacking me for standing up for them, and it just shows you that the experiment that I did, it failed because women still had things to say about me even when I stuck up for them. Because it's women who say I don't like them. It's women that say that I hate women and that I'm a pick me and that I only post about women doing wrong to make the guys look good. But then when I post a guy doing wrong, they're like, well, I don't have stretch marks. This must have triggered you. Like, bitch, really? Like, what? Maybe it triggered them, right? because I'm just posting in general. Azure, I'll let you speak before I get off. You have something to say?
Yes, ma'am. How you
Go
doing
ahead.
today?
I'm good. Man, and
I'm
you better stick to the topic because if you start going left politically, talking about McDonald's, I'm taking you off.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead, hon.
I actually watched the news of what happened and transpired, what you was talking about, and I feel sad for the children. I really, really do. And the people, I mean, these people, families that got shot, you know, and people always matter. Is it racial profiling? Yes, it was. It really was racial profiling. Both cases was racial profiling. So I'm thinking to myself, but then I questioned the validity of the news because the news said that the police was chasing him. And the weird thing that bothered me, because it literally, when I looked at it so many times. The thing that bothered me, they said the police was chasing him down. So I'm like, so none of the officers didn't shoot him in the leg, didn't shoot him to whereas he could not reach the school or anything. I was weirded out about that too. And I was thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, the police was on his tail while he was running. No police officer didn't shoot him to where they could have gunned him down. It felt weird to me, like how the police let that happen. And like I always question that. Do they meant to protect us? That's I always want to ask that question.
You know he's dead, right?
Yeah, I know they shot him.
Right. So
I
what do
know they shot him. But
you
I'm
be
just
hearing
saying
this every time? Are we talking about the same? Are you talking about the first shooting or the second one? Because the
the
second one.
first shooting. The first shooting.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the second one because I'm like,
No,
yeah,
no,
you don't
no. The
have to make
second
up on
one.
you.
No, I ain't talking about the second one. I'm talking about the second one. They treat that's how you supposed to treat it. He took lives, take his life. Period. He shouldn't get no sympathy for that. And that's the reason why on the first one, why he did not get that same treatment.
Because he had full body armor on. I wanted to know why they didn't do a headshot. That was my question. But remember, he shot that retired officer. He let the officer empty the clip on him first, and then he shot that officer because he had full body armor. His head wasn't protected, but everything from the neck down was, according to what they said, full body armor. So they would have had to do a headshot to get him, and they didn't. And they said he actually surrendered. Now I know if you shoot a cop that's no longer a cop, he's still a part of the blue team. They still look at him as a cop in their eyes. Sometimes when you shoot somebody like that, they come in ready to kill you. I just felt
Right.
like they gave him a pass. I think if he had been black, shooting up an all white store,
Yeah.
I
And
think they would
yeah,
have did a headshot.
they
I
would
honestly think they
most
would have did. Yeah,
definitely. So that's
yeah.
why I was thinking to myself, like, what if the roles was reversed? What if it was a black person that went over to all
Oh, we
white
know.
did the
We know.
same thing?
We
That'd
already
kill
know.
him right on the spot.
Yep.
That would kill
Did
him
you
right
have
on the
anything else?
spot.
Did you have anything to say about the stretch marks, or was it just about this?
The stretch marks. I mean, I feel like everybody has stretch marks. I
Would you
mean,
date a woman that has stretch marks in her stomach? Yes or no?
yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Okay.
Like, I mean, the stretch marks do not define who she are. It just depends on a woman's personality and herself and her perception and ideals of how she, view black men aesthetically. So instead of hearing the saying, because TikTok is real bad. Like they like I'm to the point of upset about how we just bash each other because of what one person done us wrong, and we just take it out. Hey, we're just gonna blame everybody for me choosing the wrong person, rather take accountability and say, hey, okay, this person was not for me, so I chose the wrong person. This is why I always said that. I even made a video on TikTok about accountability. And thanks to you, I actually came up with the ideal. Thanks
Well,
to
then I
you.
won't have the profits because you just said thanks to everybody. Heard that, right? I won't have the
Yeah.
profits. You said thanks to me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Go ahead. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
I'm not making money off of it. No.
Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, like, when do we hold each other accountable for who we choose? Because you gotta understand, we have the choice to let who let in our lives. You gotta be the gatekeepers to your, like, a lot of people don't know you can be the gatekeepers to yourself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say it should come down to choice and accountability. Is this person for you? Does this person want to see you happy? Does this person want to see you succeed? Does this person want to see you successful? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you know if is a person really down there for you. But sometimes it's really hard nowadays, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
thank you. So let's go ahead and reroute it. So what's your closing words? Because I know how you get. You'll start talking about politics, and you'll start you'll start talking about McDonald's, the creation of the Big Mac, and then I gotta hang up on you. But go
what,
ahead. Go ahead.
what type of guy you take me for?
You do that. Last time I had a show, you was talking about something. You had all the people in the comments leaving the whole show altogether because you had them lost.
Really?
Okay?
Wait,
Yeah, they said you lost them.
I
Yeah,
lost them?
yeah. When you get on, everybody gets off, man. I'm just playing. I'm just going to quit playing with you. I'm just playing. But go ahead. What's your final words?
My final words is this, and I'm being 100%. It's the whole thing. My final words is this. It doesn't matter if the woman has stretch marks. It doesn't if anybody, because everybody has stretch marks nowadays. It comes with life. And then if a woman gave birth, I mean, you gotta think like this. Stretch marks come from that too as well. So I'm not gonna judge a woman based on because she has stretch marks. That doesn't define her as a person. That doesn't.
Right.
Personality traits, how you treat people, how you respect people, that's what defines you. That's a woman I would love and cherish. A person who's kind and who's sweet and understanding. Now, when it comes to the shooting situations, both of the shootings, one was justified. I've I know the parents feel happy and justice that this dude got away. That he didn't get away. He's gone. He's no longer a danger to anybody. He's no longer a danger to anybody else. I'm glad. Now, when it comes to the first shooting, I don't know what they should do with this situation because it's getting worse and it's making it seem like that there is favoritism. And I had to explain this to one person on TikTok. Like, y'all have, like, some of y'all, not all, but some of y'all do have privileges. And it's like people failed to see that how a black man interact with a cop versus a white man interact with a cop. There's two different dynamics. So by the end of the day, it doesn't matter of the color of your skin. We should all be held accountable. And I'm talking about all adults. Color should not matter. If you do the crime, you gotta do the time. Color should not matter. It should not be perceived as that. I believe that everybody claimed to say we want to be equal or we want to be unequal rights, then treat the law equally then. Or they say like equally yoked, right? So that's my closing statement of
Thank you.
the whole entire matter.
Thank you so much for coming on today. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you for your words, and let's hope that we don't have too many more of
Oh,
these.
one
What?
more, one
Here
more
go, here
thing.
go, y'all. The McDonald's creation. Here you go. Here we go.
No,
No, go ahead.
no. I got something to tell you also.
Hmm.
I have mentioned to you to a bigger YouTuber, by the way. I told her to check you out. I can screenshot my comment and send it to you. She's a bigger YouTuber. I don't know if you know her. She's another black woman. She's married, and she also talking about men issues. So I told her to check your channel out one day. So if you ever see her come by, you already know who did it. So
Okay. Thank you so
so yeah.
much. I appreciate that.
Oh yes, ma'am. You deserve all the love. So I told her. That's why I told her. I said, come check out this other queen, celebrity podcast. She's really awesome. She hold human beings accountable.
I like how
Listen
you
to
say
the right.
human beings.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well,
All
I
right.
appreciate that. Thank you for
Yes, ma'am.
coming on. Okay, and I'll see you on the next show. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You have a good one. You
You
too,
too.
madam.
So, you guys, I'm about to wrap up. I want to say thank you guys for the show. Like I said, it was last minute. I didn't give anybody no 24-hour warning. It was more like 30 minutes, and I still had a good show out. But I just want us all to do better. We have to do better. But I still have a couple of shows in mind that I want to do. I think I might do one on Saturday. We'll see. As far as the dating show goes, I've gotten a few inboxes. So far, people are scared. And if you're
I'm not.
scared,
I hate to admit it. I'm scared. I can't do it.
okay. So if you're scared, you're gonna be single forever because eventually, I'm being real. Y'all gotta stop being scared and start taking a chance on each other. Y'all don't be scared to go on social media and make a comment, make fun of someone. So don't be scared to say that you need help. You
Okay,
know
fine.
how you supposed to
Okay,
find
you got me
love if
there.
you scared?
You got me there. You got me
I
there.
know you ain't scared as much as you talk on here. You talk, if I gave you the floor, this show would be 8 hours, y'all.
No, no, it would not.
Yes,
No, it
it
would not.
would.
No
Everybody
way.
knows I'm not lying either. They know you from the other shows. When you got on, I start getting phone calls saying, kick him out. No, I'm just playing. They didn't say that. But
No.
I'm just saying, don't be scared. If you do want to participate, please reach out to me on
Oh, that,
AOL. It's accountabilityqueen at AOL.com, and you
yes.
could be a part of it. If we get enough people, I will launch it on Saturday. If not, do not ask me. Because every time I say I'm going to do it, y'all run. Then when I don't do it, y'all all up in my inbox. So make it make sense. But guys, thank you for being on today. There will be more shows in the future. Please click the notification bell so you'll know when I'm doing one. And I hope you guys have a blessed Wednesday. I'm out.
Yes, ma'am.